Welcome to Rubber Chicken with a podcast in the middle, the internet's only Monkey Island focused podcast.
And most obsessive.
I'm Alistair.
I'm Gordon.
And today we're going to still not talk about Act 2 of Escape from Monkey Island, Enter the Manatee, and instead going to answer, or try to answer, a very serious question. There were three great philosophical questions of the 20th century. Jean-Paul Sartre asked, is there such thing as free will? Albert Camus asked, is life worth living? And Ron Gilbert asked, what is the secret of Monkey Island?
I cannot top that.
But before we get into it, should we talk about this week's Monkey Island Monday?
Well, these things are connected. Have you noticed that the only news is now Monkey Island Monday? There's nothing else to talk about?
Yeah, there aren't really interviews. There's not much coming out in side tweets or anything like that.
No, well, we do have this thing about the 23rd of August, which is in a few days' time. We're getting
there's
some more info.
Some kind of launch is happening, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to just press the button and it's going to be live everywhere that day.
Ooh. That would be surprising, but yeah. Maybe there'll be just another trailer, maybe a release date. Yeah, maybe it'll just come out. That would be cool.
It would be. Or would it? Do we want it to come out at all?
Yeah. Is it like The Secret of Monkey Island and we're better off not knowing?
Exactly. Once we cross over, things may all be different. Alright, so Monkey Island Monday, or Two Throat Tuesday in Australia, as it's been coined here.
Officially named by us and Aussie Monkey.
Yes. Shout out to Aussie Monkey on Twitter. We've seen Low Street in Return to Monkey Island. And we've entered what I believe was the Rubber Chicken with a Pulley in the Middle shop across the road from the Voodoo Lady's store on Melee Island, and is now Wally's new shop.
Yeah, the best map shop in the Caribbean and beyond, apparently.
Yeah. As owned by Wally, whatever your surname is. As we all know, Wally Beefeed.
Everyone leapt up to say it's Beefeed, it's Beefeed. Neil Ross very audibly back as the voice of Wally, reprising the role from Curse and from Monkey Island 2 Special Edition.
He does not sound as he did in Curse.
No,
25 years ago.
He sounds much like he did in Special Edition. People are like, Neil Ross sounds old. It's like, yeah, he is. He's in his late 70s. He sounded older when he was doing Monkey Island 2 Special Edition as well. It's just voice acting, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not really important, I don't think.
Not everyone has a natural cartoon character voice that barely ages, like Dominic Armato.
Exactly.
And Dominic Armato actually sounds a lot older now than he does in Curse. His voice has sounded pretty consistent from kind of Secret Special Edition onwards, but he sounds very young in Curse. He was like 19 or something.
Young,
right?
Yeah.
So,
he was like Guybrush's age.
Yeah. He sounds older now too. His voice is so naturally bright that people don't pick up on it as much. But
yeah, that's right. So I'll admit that maybe the Monkey Island Mondays that we'd been getting had made me feel not as excited about the game. I can't quite put my finger on why, but this one actually got me excited again.
Yeah, I think for me, I felt, one, it was cool to see Wally again. It was nice for a bit of friction between Guybrush and another character, even if Guybrush was a bit clueless to it. Guybrush talking about his goal, going on an expedition to discover the secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah.
It felt like there's a bit more direction, a bit more purpose to what's going on.
It felt like a bit of substance. The writing felt nice. This feels like a sequel to LeChuck's Revenge in a way. A follow-up to that. The one thing I do wonder about is, are we going to miss the presence of Tim Schafer in this?
Yeah, I've been thinking that as well.
I think Dave Grossman has a distinct kind of eccentric voice, as does Ron. And I think we can't underestimate Tim Schafer's contribution to the first two Monkey Island games.
Yeah, and Tim Schafer seems to have since then he's often been interested in more kind of, characters like Ben from the motorcycle game. Like, what was the Jack Black game?
Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend, Psychonauts and stuff. Those kinds of characters. And maybe was that voice coming from him in the slightly more kind of rebellious streak of Guybrush that you sometimes got in the early games? I don't know. It's hard to say who wrote what line or whatever, but are we going to get, more of the kind of, quirky, eccentric viewpoint of Dave Grossman in this because you don't have that other kind of influence? Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. As long as Orson Scott Card's not there, though, that's fine. Moving right along. Okay, so this whole Monkey Island Monday that has been presented to us has tied into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Which is, what is the secret of Monkey Island? So before we begin, let's take a quick history quiz.
Yep.
What was the secret of Monkey Island when it was just the secret of Monkey Island? As in, what was the secret of Monkey Island referring to when the only game was the secret of Monkey Island? Go.
I think it's just the tunnels under the monkey head.
So you say the tunnels under the monkey head. I say that Monkey Island is the secret. I've discussed this briefly in another episode.
Yeah.
LeChuck went to find the secret of Monkey Island. LeChuck went to find the secret of Monkey Island because Monkey Island is a secret. No one knows where it is. That's why it's a secret. But I suppose it's also... then why would you want to go there? What is the reason to go there? It's to find the secret, I suppose. The secret is perhaps the monkey head and the tunnels under the monkey head.
Yeah, I think if I've got a quote here from the original Mutiny on Monkey Island design document that I might read. So in Mutiny on Monkey Island, the concept was the character, the proto-Guybrush, who was called Smear West, of all things, was going to go out to try to find the treasure of Monkey Island that the governor of Melee Island was hoping people would find, or was trying to make people think they could find. But the surprise would be that when you found where the treasure ought to be, instead there was something else. And this is the quote from that design document. "Deep in a cave near the center of Monkey Island is a crevice that glows red. Anyone peering in would feel the unmistakable rush of evil billowing upward. It is a heat so intense that it overcomes your mind, drawing you deep into things better left unseen, undone. That crack descends to a place at the center of the earth, the name of which changes from religion to religion, from faith to faith. Most pirates call it Hell. The crack has a harrowing effect not only on the living, it can bring the dead to life as well."
Very nice. Very well.
So that's why I think the secret was always in Ron's head up until that point, that there's this entrance to hell under Monkey Island that brings the dead back to life.
And that's what generates the ghosts, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really clear in secret what brought LeChuck back to life, but maybe that was the idea, that when he died on his way to Monkey Island, it was that portal to hell that brought him back to life.
Yeah. And we've seen this very classical kind of depiction of hell, the lava, the red, the bodies screaming out, trapped inside the rock, the disgusting noses and eyeballs.
Yeah, hearts and hands and of course mushrooms.
Ick. So that also kind of points towards where we get to in LeChuck's Revenge. But let's just stick with Secret of Monkey Island for the time being. Because I think we kind of know that LeChuck's Revenge was made without planning.
Yeah, there was no specific ending in mind, and
no.
There's this common assumption that the Secret of Monkey Island has something to do with the ending of Monkey Island 2. I don't actually think it does, or if it if it does, I don't think it was the original intention.
No, I don't either. I feel like, so we've had a few things retained from that idea. We still have the big crack on Monkey Island, the big rift that Guybrush climbs down into. I wonder if that kind of image remained.
Yeah, it just became that canyon with the boats, oars at the bottom of it.
Yeah. And we've got the under the monkey head as well.
Yeah.
Notice the monkey head was clearly a later addition, but also kind of the coolest piece of imagery in the game.
Yeah. And the monkey head itself, I was digging around in the script. We're told... You can literally ask Estevan in the scum bar at the start, what is the secret of Monkey Island? And he tells us, only LeChuck knows.
Yeah.
In the script for Secret of Monkey Island, the term secret tends to be used, if it's not just referring to the secret of Monkey Island, it's often referring to the tunnels under the monkey head. I think it's Herman calls it the secret underground hideaway. LeChuck himself, in one of his memos, calls it the Sacred Monkey Head, which doubles as my home and secret base of operations.
Oh, there you go.
Herman can tell you, we hope to discover the secret of Monkey Island, and he said if you want to go to the tunnels, he said, easiest way in is through the big monkey head idol. I went in there myself years ago.
It's the easiest way in. Is there another way in?
Well, how does LeChuck's ghost ship get in and out?
Well, we've seen the overview of Monkey Island and we don't know.
Yeah.
Let's move along to LeChuck's Revenge.
Yeah.
Just looking at Secret of Monkey Island, LeChuck's Revenge, without any of the continuation monkey,
Yeah.
Big Whoop has nothing to do with the Secret of Monkey Island.
Nope, I don't think it does, no.
I don't think the two things are mentioned together.
No.
So Wally knows that Wally knows that Big Whoop is on Dinky Island.
Yeah, once he's seen the map, yeah.
Yeah, is Dinky Island referenced at all to be anything to do with Monkey Island?
Nope, only in from Curse onwards.
Yeah, see, because that's what I'm trying to stick to.
Yeah.
So, Big Whoop is a whole other thing, and we have discussed that. We have discussed the ending of Monkey Island too. But Guybrush has been given the quest to find Big Whoop, which is the portal to another world. Right?
Yeah, it's the secret, or contains the secret to another world. That's the specific language that is used.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's also from this kind of mutiny on Monkey Island idea. And if in the minds of the creators it's linked to the monkey head and the tunnels under the monkey head.
Well, that's the thing. Is there any link? I think Ron Gilbert once said, the ending of Monkey Island 2, I think he said something along the lines of it connects to the secret of Monkey Island, but not in the way that most people expect, or that most people think. So I think people who say Monkey Island 2 reveals that the secret of Monkey Island is that the world's not real.
Yep.
I don't think that's the secret of Monkey Island.
No. Well, yeah, that's another theory about what the secret is, right?
And I think the idea that, yeah, Big Whoop is connected to the monkey head or something, I mean, do you think it is? I think it may be. I don't
feel
know.
like maybe in like a mystical way. But not like in a physical way, otherwise.
No, I think maybe they're similar. They're similar ideas.
Yeah, similar ideas.
A hidden world, a secret place, somewhere that's a bit other, somewhere that's
a way to access
different.
Some other place, another world.
Yeah, and the voodoo lady says in secret that what Guybrush would discover about himself and his world when he went to Monkey Island would terrify him, and that's sort of similar to what she says about another world in Monkey Island too. So maybe there's really... It's not that there's a connection, it's more just a parallel. Maybe Monkey Island 2 and Monkey Island 1 are more... they're more symmetrical, or they're more of a
Yeah.
reflection of each other than people might immediately think, in that they're both kind of stories where Guybrush at some point near the end ends up in another kind of
Another
reality
place,
or another
yeah.
place, a different place to the world that he's normally in.
Another plane. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think the linking thing here is LeChuck. LeChuck is across both of these other worlds.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that Big Whoop is the secret of Monkey Island.
No, I don't think... Yeah, as I say, I think Big Whoop has nothing to do overtly with the secret of Monkey Island, and I don't think the ending of Monkey Island 2 reveals the secret of Monkey Island.
No. But I suppose if that's all you had, then maybe you could go on that.
Yeah, you could. I was thinking that the Monkey Island 2 ending really... Because I've been thinking about this, is there a connection? I really think the ending of Monkey Island 2 is more a metaphor about Guybrush himself and his own character arc in that game.
Okay.
I don't think... I think the ending of Monkey Island 2, doesn't reveal. If there is a secret of Monkey Island, it isn't just the tunnels under the monkey head.
No.
I think the Monkey Island 2 ending is not the revelation of that secret.
No. Okay. So before we move on to Curse, let's skip over to Return to Monkey Island from what we know so far.
Yeah.
So we've had Guybrush going in to talk to Wally, asking for a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Not to Monkey Island itself,
Yeah. To the secret of
The
Monkey
secret.
Island.
as far as we know. I mean, we don't really know how any of the stuff we've seen in the trailers and things links to that, right?
Yeah. Hence my theory that I said to you the other day that maybe the secret of Monkey Island, if it exists, isn't actually on Monkey Island.
Yes. Well, that's the thing, right? And is the secret of Monkey Island ever referenced in LeChuck's Revenge?
I'm glad you asked. because I did check this. You can ask two people what is the secret of Monkey Island. That's the only two times it's mentioned. You can ask LeChuck
Yeah.
in LeChuck's Fortress. Is one of your stupid questions you can ask him. And if he
Okay.
doesn't refuse to answer, he will say... All he will cryptically say is that all will be revealed in a few moments. So if it's not just a joke, he's implying that Guybrush will know what the secret of Monkey Island is after he's been
he
boiled in
dies.
acid.
Yeah.
And you can ask Chester, the
Yes,
LucasArts
yes.
helpline lady, who is meant to be real life, as far as I'm aware, real life LucasArts product support person from that back then, Chris Brown. I think she is provided the image of what Chester looks like, and she says it's a surprise. Okay.
Yes.
And this is the thing I wanted to say before we get past LeChuck's Revenge. When did the idea begin that the secret was some big mystery?
Well, I feel like that comes from the post-Ron games.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's what I was wondering. So Secret of Monkey Island is called The Secret of Monkey Island, but Guybrush never goes looking for the Secret of Monkey Island. He hears about other people going looking for it.
Yeah.
Stan says that the Sea Monkeys crew went looking for it. Herman says he went looking for it. Esteban tells you LeChuck went looking for it. But it never comes up when Guybrush goes to Monkey Island as something he himself is looking for. Which is why, again, I think it's just inadvertent. It's just the tunnels it's finding your way into the tunnels under the monkey head because he wants to rescue Elaine.
Yeah.
Now, I think the gag that the secret was some other thing that never got revealed may have begun very early on. I actually have this quote from the ending of the narrative walkthrough of The Secrets of the Secret of Monkey Island, which was the official Lucasfilm Games hint book
Okay.
that came out for the first game by Jim Curran and Brett Mogilevsky.
Yeah.
Ends as follows, and I quote, There seems to be nothing left for me to do. I could very well live out the rest of my life in perfect serenity and contentedness. Except one thing keeps bothering me. I never did discover the secret of Monkey Island, TM.
Ooh.
So, I think even from the beginning they were like, hang on, we're calling this game The Secret of Monkey Island, but we never actually address this concept of The Secret of Monkey Island. And I think that's where this joke started, that the secret was something other than something that was actually in the game called The Secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah, and it was just a cool title. It seemed intriguing.
Yeah.
It is intriguing.
Yeah.
We're talking about it 30 years later.
Yeah.
But I think I'm thinking about the conversation with LeChuck in Curse during part 5, Kiss of the Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
In which you can ask LeChuck what the secret of Monkey Island is, and he doesn't know.
Yeah, he blusters and then admits that he doesn't know, which is a good gag from
the
Curse.
It's funny.
From Curse. You don't actually know what the secret of Monkey Island is, do you? Oh, not really, no. I like that bit.
And I think that might a little bit be the creators admitting that as well, and also the fact that there isn't actually a secret. And I think this is what I'm coming to. I think the secret has been made up by Ron, possibly in the last 30 years, if we're even going to find out what it is in return.
Yeah, I think the idea that the secret of Monkey Island is something other than what happens in the first game, I think, it was made up by Ron and possibly the others in the aftermath of the first game.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's why I think why there are jokes about it as early as LeChuck's Revenge.
Yeah.
And as early as the hint book, there's, what is the secret of it's called Secret of Monkey Island, but we never actually said what that was.
Yeah, was it just
because it was it was just a cool idea or a cool title, but
it's a cool title, and then it's become a joke, possibly between the developers and the team and everything. Okay, we've made this game called The Secret of Monkey Island, but what's the secret of Monkey Island?
Yeah.
And then it's become mysterious, but maybe all of these things have contributed to it becoming mysterious. These lines of dialogue from LeChuck's Revenge and from Curse onwards.
Yeah. And speaking of onwards, what did Escape tell us was the secret of Monkey Island?
Yeah, well, the giant monkey robot, right?
There's a giant robot inside the monkey head.
Yes.
And it's funny that people are immediately like, well, obviously that's not really it. It's like that selective continuity. It's like, no, Escape doesn't count because that idea is dumb and we don't like it.
They call that head canon, right?
Yeah.
It always makes me think of head cheese, which is reference in Monkey Island.
In Monkey Island, yeah.
Yeah, in Secret. Yeah, so that's what we got from Escape. And I think that kind of contributes to this whole idea that the secret is some big thing that has been concealed for all these games, right?
Yeah.
And so you and I know that, you and I kind of treat the first two games as gospel and the others as kind of expanded universe, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even so, I think it's like we were just saying, Monkey Island 2 is a continuation, it's an expansion of ideas. Ron didn't have anything planned out. There was no grand plan for trilogy or anything like that. We even know that the story of Monkey Island 2 changed throughout development. There's stuff in, it's like the whole LeChuck El Carlo thing. There's stuff in LeChuck's Revenge that's probably the way it is because it was originally meant to be associated with a character who got scrapped, LeChuck's brother. So, it's just, we treat them as more sacrosanct, but maybe just because they feel closer in terms of tone or something, and even though they're still different, and because they have that authorial continuity between them in terms of Ron, Dave, and Tim.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Working on them.
It's the authorial continuity, I think, that we kind of hold dear.
Yeah.
Okay, well that brings us along to, what do you think it's going to be?
I've had a few thoughts about this. I reckon at some point the secret of Monkey Island was that they're just characters in an adventure game, which is what
I think that quite possibly is what was going to happen, yes.
Thimbleweed Park did.
Yeah. So this might be a secret of Monkey Island that's come about in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I had a couple of ideas that were like joke secrets. That it's some kind of recursive concept where the secret of Monkey Island is that there's a secret.
Yeah.
Or possibly to flip it, the secret of Monkey Island is that there is no secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
I have a few ideas. I know that I know I keep bringing this up, but I know that Ron Gilman is a fan of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And I know we have things like the Black Lodge.
Yeah.
It's never really explained what it is, and that makes it oh so more tantalizing, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not going to be explained in that same way. I also feel like it is probably, because I think we've heard that Guybrush, the first 2 minutes or the first 5 minutes of Return is going to deal with Guybrush at the end of LeChuck's Revenge, right?
Yeah, in the amusement park,
Yeah, I think it's probably going to have something to do with that. But yeah, I think ultimately it's not going to be explained, and I think perhaps the whole plot of Return to Monkey Island may be similar in secret, in that it's not really about the goal of discovering the secret of Monkey Island, but maybe that gets discovered or touched upon along the way.
Yeah.
And I also think that if we did find out what it was, it would kind of ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always... The mystery is always more interesting than the solution.
Exactly.
It's like we said about the ending of LeChuck's Revenge. That ending's good because it's so inexplicable, or because it's unsolvable.
Yeah, and leads to so much discourse and staying awake all night wondering about it.
Yeah, and it's like this paper I was telling you about today that I was reading about David Lynch, that you could apply almost exactly to Monkey Island. It's like that was like the unsolvable mystery is the best mystery of all, because you never lose the enjoyment of contemplating what the solution might be.
Exactly.
So, I think the secret of Monkey Island is like that. I just can't think how there could be any secret revealed that wasn't in some way anticlimactic.
There's a fine line between David Lynch, maybe it's a thick line, and doing something like that, and J.J. Abrams' version of this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And what does he call it? Mystery box story?
Mystery box.
Which basically just means I couldn't be bothered figuring out a plot, right?
Yeah.
Or figuring out a plot that's strong enough to have a conclusion. And I really hope that we get the Lynch version, which I absolutely adore, and not the Abrams version, which I absolutely despise.
Yeah, it's the difference between being left with a mystery and being strung along.
Yes, exactly. So
because one's an artistic device and the other's a marketing gimmick, basically.
So I don't want to be strung along, basically.
The string along method was the one that also Stephen Moffat notoriously ended up using in his era of Doctor Who as well. It's like where eventually, when the revelations did come, they were just made up on the fly, and it was whatever the most boring and obvious solution might be to something that was set up as being some kind of interesting curiosity.
More forethought.
Yeah, exactly the same with J.J. Abrams and his stupid mystery boxes, and it's a complete. If you ever seen any of that TED Talk or whatever where J.J. Abrams talks about mystery boxes?
No, I'm not.
He's like, and mystery, all storytelling is about mystery boxes, and it's like, no, it isn't. This is why you're a director, dude, and shouldn't be writing the script. but yeah, it's like you want a good mystery to leave you scratching your head, I think, but in an interesting way. And I think The Secret of Monkey Island, you want to be that thing where you go, well, could it be this? Could it be that? What are the clues? Could I piece this together?
Yeah. And as ever, it's about enjoying the experience and the journey of doing that, right? It's you could read a Sherlock Holmes or a Miss Marple and everything was solved in the first 2 seconds. A bit like, there's an episode of Star Trek that deals with that. But it's the playing out of the plot and the characters and the feel and the tone and the era and all of these things are so important.
You like seeing Holmes solve the case and being along on the adventure with him. That's why Dr. Watson is the point of view character, because you get to go along on the adventure with Sherlock Holmes. And
that's right.
And Guybrush is like the point of view character for us. There are clearly people like maybe LeChuck or perhaps even Elaine who know more than he does about what's going on in this world. But that's why we're with Guybrush.
Yeah, and we're forced to act in Guybrush's way.
Yeah.
Guybrush we were only sort of given certain options that we can choose in dialogue or puzzle solutions, and so we become that character, right? Guybrush doesn't have that much character, especially in these early games.
Well, yeah, as we've said before, Guybrush is whoever the writer of that particular Monkey Island game needs him to be.
Yeah, exactly.
and we're going on this adventure with him. The journey is the point, and this is another thing that's stated by that three short arguments about The Secret of Monkey Island by Innuendo Studios. He makes this argument that it's the journey, not the destination, because there is no destination.
Yes.
Secret of Monkey Island is a game where the whole point of the adventure is to go on the adventure, because at the end, nothing Guybrush does until he finally sprays the root beer on LeChuck makes any difference.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game. So the whole point of us playing Monkey Island was for us to go on that adventure with Guybrush and to solve the puzzles and to go to different places and meet funny characters and do all these different things. That was the point.
It's the same kind of idea with Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Yeah.
Nothing Indiana Jones does actually has any bearing on the outcome, but it's a rollicking adventure. And let's remember back to when you and I were kids, when we first discovered this game. I had nightmares about LeChuck. We used to make Guybrush and all the characters out of Lego, and we didn't care.
Drawings
and we would play these games over and over again because it was about experiencing that world.
Yeah.
And it was so encapsulating and enthralling, and we were so into it. And we still are. Yeah. Whether that's pathetic or not is for you to decide. But my point is that it's about so much more than just the mystery.
Yeah, I mean, the point of the mystery is to enjoy the mystery and not to figure it out necessarily. And maybe that's the secret of Monkey Island, is to enjoy yourself.
Maybe that will be the conclusion.
I said this when I posted on my blog about this announcement. I said that Secret of Monkey Island created this fantasy, LeChuck's Revenge tore it down. Maybe the third one is to say, maybe we shouldn't worry so much about what's really going on and just enjoy it.
Yeah. That might be the whole takeaway. Maybe that's the whole takeaway of this podcast. Because that's what we're doing, right? We're just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, in regards to this idea of just going on the adventure and just enjoying it for what it is. The classic example, you mentioned Indiana Jones. Classic example is The Hobbit. It's all about the adventure. Bilbo doesn't defeat the bad guys at the end by himself. He gets knocked out. He isn't even awake for the final battle. He doesn't kill the dragon. Someone else does. All that stuff. This is classic adventure storytelling. It's just about us going along on the journey with the character. It's like, it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. And you could even tie that into like stuff about the ending of Monkey Island 2, and what we were saying is like, the ending doesn't have to make sense because, like how things don't have to all slot neatly together, is like the idea that a journey doesn't have to arrive at some kind of very specific destination in order to have been a journey worth having.
That's very true. Does Guybrush's character evolve throughout the games? Do you think Guybrush at the end of Secret, is he different to the Guybrush at the beginning of Secret?
I think so. He learned a valuable lesson: never pay more than $20 for a video game.
I knew you were going to say that.
I think there's character growth I was thinking about this today. I think you start to see Guybrush's mean and manipulative streak come out a bit towards the ending of Secret, doing things like tricking the cannibals with their own idols and stuff like that.
Yeah, zapping the ghosts kind of in cold blood.
Yeah, you can kind of maliciously zap Bob if you want to and stuff. I think
he's kind
Revenge
of
is all about that
by the end of part 3, right?
Yeah, I think Revenge then, though, is all about his ego and his immaturity. That's why that's why he turns into a kid again, because it's saying, well, that's all he is. It's just an immature kid.
You've not evolved
who
beyond
only
that.
Cares about his image. And I have heard the argument that Curse is kind of Guybrush growing up.
Yeah.
Maybe to an extent, I would say you could argue that. I think Guybrush in Curse is a little bit different. He's definitely a bit different to how he was in Monkey Island 2.
Yeah. Going on that point, like becoming a pirate, Guybrush wants to become a pirate, but to become a pirate you just complete 3 arbitrary tasks. And then it's not about actually living as a pirate.
Yeah.
And then he forever on introduces himself as Guybrush Threepwood Mighty Pirate, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of he's skipping to the end in this way. He's presenting a facade of a pirate without actually doing anything.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of very immature way of looking at this kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think by comparison in Curse, Guybrush arguably tends to be more... His actions tend to fall a bit more on the side of good in Curse than in Revenge. The people he does cheat and lie to and rip off tend to not be particularly nice or great, or people with much integrity themselves, and he does sort of... The people he kind of really steals from, like King Andre or something, he's obviously a bad guy. LeChuck is obviously a villain. Not 100%, but definitely I think it's a bit softer.
Palado
in that approach. Yeah, Palado's not a very nice person, and like Stan, you get the impression that he'll rip anyone off given half a chance and stuff. The way that you work with Stan in Curse is like a lot different to Revenge. Yeah, for example. So I think Guybrush is put in situations where he's less reprehensible in Curse than he is in Revenge.
Right. I feel like that kind of stops by Curse. If you look at Escape and Tales, does Guybrush do those malicious kind of things?
Yeah, I think by the time you get to... I don't think Escape is really about Guybrush anymore. No. I think it's more about jokes about corporate America in the late 90s.
Yeah, which, as we've said, is okay.
Yeah, and I think Tails does want to be about Guybrush, but it doesn't. I think it doesn't
in kind of more of
know.
a soapy way, I would say.
Yeah, it wants it puts Guybrush in, or characterizes Guybrush in a certain way so that it can question that characterization that it establishes itself of him.
Yeah. I think it gets a bit murky and a bit hard to analyze that stuff.
Yeah, it's like we said, Tails ultimately revolves around Guybrush's relationship with Morgan, which is really weird. And
as we said,
doesn't fit and all this stuff.
if they were the three main characters, Morgan, Guybrush, and
Desange, it'd be quite different. Yeah,
then maybe it would be a bit more focused in that way. But
yeah,
we're getting away from The Secret of Monkey Island.
The Secret of Monkey Island. Yeah, but I think the point was, that I think it's The Secret of Monkey Island. Is it that important? Aren't the games, and especially Ron Gilbert's games, aren't they really about Guybrush and his adventures and us going on an adventure with him? Is that the secret of Monkey Island, that we're just going on an adventure with Guybrush and there is no other secret?
I just hope it's not something earth-shattering, and I hope there's nothing conclusive. And maybe
it will just be like, it's hell. It's hell.
High school is hell. I think what we'll get is... That's a Buffy reference. I think what we'll get is perhaps a few more tasty clues as to what it may be, but maybe not a conclusion as to what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic Armato claims that he now knows what the secret of Monkey Island is, but which would imply that it is something specific.
Or it might imply that it is nothing specific.
Yeah, at all, yeah.
Or maybe it's many things.
Could be anything. Maybe it is everything.
Yeah. So I apologise if you've tuned into this hoping for a conclusive argument.
Yeah, I think our hope is that there is no conclusive argument, I suspect.
Yeah, but that's us. No, I don't know if we represent the majority of Monkey Island fans. I'd like to think we did.
No. I mean, we've already established the distance we place between ourselves and continuity-obsessed detail heads.
Check out our continuity.
Even though I'm one myself with my mining of the scripts for the first two games, but
but that you're just into the Old Testament with Monkey Island. You're not mining the escape scripts, I don't think.
I would if I could.
Maybe you are.
If I could find one. It's just looking at it from more of an artistic perspective than a diegetic one where we're not treating the Monkey Island world or characters like they're real people. Treating this like it's a work of artistic expression with something to say.
There's room for both, and that's why it's fun.
There's room for both. I'm not saying that one is good and one is bad. You're better off having both in your life.
Exactly. Like two hands.
Or two secrets. Maybe that's the secret. That there's another secret. There's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, this could go in circles for hours.
It's the secret's back on Melee Island.
Ultimately, we know
I could see that.
Jojo Sr. knew the secret.
Yeah.
Perhaps we need to bring him back to life through the portal to hell.
That's why he died.
Either Big Whoop or the Monkey Head or both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go by curse, it's both. They're the same thing.
Yeah. So what I want to hear, put down below, what do you think is the secret? Come up with the stupidest thing you can come up with from all of the continuity. I want to see references to Escape and Tails and maybe even like Loom.
Yeah.
Because Cobb...
Can I throw some out there that just so that people can't use them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that everything's in Guybrush's head. That everything's in LeChuck's head.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've heard it's like, no, obviously not.
Yep.
Come on. The villain is, yeah, whatever. That it's a giant amusement park attraction like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
The Monkey Island world actually exists, like in a kind of bubble.
Yes.
Or the Monkey Island world, the secret is that it's all just in Ron Gilbert's head.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me about that is I could see it happening in a pre-Thimbleweed Park world.
What if Guybrush meets Ron at the end?
Yeah, they shake hands, and the moment they touch, the world ends.
Yeah.
Do you remember that part? So let's get really deep into fan game territory here. It's in Chris Yusko's MI2.
Yeah.
One of the characters wakes up and is surrounded by Ron. Is it Elaine
those who want context, Chris Yusko's fan game MI2 has 8 comedy endings a la like Wayne's World, right? With the jokes about we're gonna have the different endings.
Yeah,
and one of them is the insanely twisted ending in which LeChuck says he was sent in to get Guybrush out because Guybrush isn't really Guybrush, he's actually Ron Gilbert. And Ron Gilbert wakes up in bed surrounded by
Ron Gilbert wakes
Tim Schafer, Steve Purcell, George Lucas, and whoever the guy was who was president of LucasArts in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It still makes me laugh.
Can't
We're going to
have
to talk about those
Simon something.
later,
We were talking about this separately. Yeah.
We
Could be
go
that.
through
Simon
those
Jeffrey.
Okay.
And they say, like, oh, you've been in a coma ever since you crashed on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Well, you know, maybe that's not that far from the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That could be possibly the most stupid answer to what is the secret of Monkey Island.
That's like the Life on Mars, Ashes to Ashes resolution, isn't it?
Well, like you're dead.
You're dead or you're dying.
Yeah.
Or
and you can flip between
an
the two
occurrence
worlds.
at Owl Creek Bridge or something. Yeah.
But again, too much explained.
Yeah. No need to explain anything. It doesn't need to be like Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, just don't watch the last episode of those series and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. I was thinking, speaking of last episodes, it's like something like The Prisoner. Right?
I knew you were going to say that. So, let's just fill in for context again. You and I are big fans of the 60s Patrick McGowan vehicle, The Prisoner.
Surreal spy thriller.
Yeah, just
Prisoner.
Brilliant TV show. I would say, yeah, I say this, but I've chosen to never watch the last episode.
Yeah, neither of us have ever seen the final episode. Although my understanding is that the final episode is really weird and doesn't give you any answers.
Yeah, and that's
which is why we probably should
watch
it.
We probably should watch it. And we should do a comparison between The Prisoner and the early Monkey Island games, because The Prisoner is brilliant.
Yeah, well, this French video I was watching about what is the secret of Monkey Island, which had this Truman Show hypothesis, compared it to the Monkey Island world is like The Village, and I was thinking like, oh, like The Village from The Prisoner. It's like, no, the M. Night Shyamalan film. But
well, let's compare it to The Village and The Prisoner instead.
But you can I reckon you can compare it to The Prisoner, because there's an argument that show was all about the unnamed lead character, number 6, all about the real conflict was with himself, his own ego.
Yeah.
And, it's like Monkey Island 2, this is my current going hypothesis, is that it's all about Guybrush's ego, about his arrogance and his overinflated sense of self.
So we're very focused on Guybrush as a character at this point. Even though
Definitely in the second game, but
yeah, I think in
so much
Return, I feel like it's going to be more light-hearted than anything
yeah.
we could possibly come up with.
Yeah, I think it's going to be lighthearted, and I think if the secret is revealed, it's going to be something very silly.
Yes, that's why I hope it's not revealed. Not that I'm anti-silly.
Maybe it'll imply that it's revealed the secret, but still leave it ambiguous, and it's like maybe it's not really the secret.
Yeah. I think that's conclusive to this conversation.
Yeah, I think we've resolved all that we needed to.
Yeah, but as I said, I want your dumbest ideas below.
Yeah.
We don't get
Please
many
tell
comments. But we want some dumb theories.
Yeah.
Whether you believe them or not. Alright, are you good?
I am good. Maybe next time we will actually talk about Enter the Manatee.
Possibly. Unless something else comes up. That August 23rd thing we're waiting for. Was there anything more about about seeing Low Street? It's still 10 o'clock on Melee Island.
The voodoo lady's shop says it's going out of business.
Yeah. Maybe she's had various
But I think we could
franchises.
probably figure that from the fact that she was just randomly tossing bottles away in the trailer. So I think that lines up.
Yeah. I think that's it.
All right.
Alright, well thank you for listening to Rubber Chicken with a podcast in the middle. The only podcast that asks the question, what's sharper, your sword or your wit? I haven't said that since the first episode, I don't think.
Nope. No, I don't think so.
I still think that's clever, me ripping that off that joke. Anyway, I'm Gordon Snugglecakes Van Helgen.
And I am, of course, Captain Loogie, aka Alistair.
And
Look behind you! A three-headed monkey!